Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take just a few minutes and go over one question that a lot of you had difficulty with on the last test. It was not meant to be difficult. I think the reason it gave you trouble is I had not asked you a question exactly like this. Well, you need to get used to that. You're always going to get questions that are a little bit different than the way you've seen them before. We're not memorizing individual questions. We're not memorizing steps. So the problem was an estimation problem, and I asked you to estimate how much trash that East Rome McDonald's made in a week. Now, it's an estimate, it's not a guess. So you can't just make up and say, oh, 20,000 pounds in a week, because then you just made that number up. You don't know. The key thing that I really want to see is your thought process. I want you to see your work, how you get there to have a reasonable estimate. I know you don't know how much trash they make in a week, neither do I. Now, some of you showed me a little thought process and you put how much trash they made in a day and multiplied by 7. But here's the thing. I don't think you know how much trash they make in a day. So that's not really the best starting point for your answer. So what I could do is I could say, all right, I don't know how much trash they make in a week or how much trash they make in a day. But I do know if I go into McDonald's and I buy stuff, I probably make about half a pound of trash. So I know that we're making about half a pound of trash per person. Now, what I'm actually looking for, though, is how many pounds of trash we make in a week. So at this point, you should see it really is just a unit analysis problem like I did teach you to do. We just need to change people into weeks. The difference here is you have to come up with your own conversion factors. Well, I need to change people to time. So how many people come through East Rome McDonald's in a certain amount of time? Well, it varies a lot. I don't really think you could estimate how many in a day. Slow times at night, there may be, half a dozen people. Busy times, there may be a couple of hundred people. I'm just going to guess, and I'm just going to say, reasonable guess, that, maybe 50 people come through in an hour. Actually, I probably think that's a little bit low, but it's a guess, so it's okay. So 50 people come through in an hour. So if you look, we now have pounds per hour. We just want to go to pounds per week. So if I want to go to pounds per week, and I just need to change hours into weeks. Well, I know that there are 24 hours in a day. So now I have pounds per day, and I know that there are 7 days in a week. Well, I now have pounds per week, which is what I want. It's just unit analysis. Now, the nice thing about an estimation problem is I don't really have to be exact in my calculations. It's a guess. I don't know if this is exactly 50. Well, I do know this is exactly 24, exactly 7. Since it's an estimate, I can just round them off to make my math easier. 24 hours, that's about 20. 7 days, that's about 10. That's just going to make my math easier because it's an estimate. So if I'm working through, 10 times 0.5 is 5. 5 times 50 is 250. 250 times 2 is 500. Put a 0 on the end. That's about 5,000 per week. Now, again, I think that estimate is a little low because I think probably more than 50 people come through in an hour. But it's a reasonable estimate. I can see your thought process. I want to point out there are other ways to get there. Most of you, I said, would not know how to do this by estimating the pounds per day. But I had one student in my class, and he said, okay, I work at Panera. And he said, I know that we make about 1,000 pounds per day at Panera. Now, the only reason he can make this as a reasonable estimate is because he works there. He knows about how much trash. You probably don't know how much they make. And he said, well, I bet East Rome gets 3 times as many customers as we do. So they're going to make 3 times as much trash. So he said, okay, that's going to be about 3,000 pounds per week at McDonald's. Okay? There's no one particular way to do it. Okay, you could get a range of answers. You could get from a couple of thousand up to 10, 20,000 pounds. I don't know exactly how much trash they make. It's an estimate. Some of you, though, ended up doing things where you told me they were making like 700 pounds a week. It's definitely higher than that. And some of you just wrote answers and didn't give any explanation. And some of you just gave up and didn't put anything at all. So I know it was a different kind of question than you've seen, but I want you to see it really is just unit analysis. You can figure it out. Don't panic when you see something that's different than you've done before.